Eric White, you ready today?
Good morning. I am ready.
Dude, it's going to be awesome, man. I'm excited. Guys, welcome to the Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing for November 23rd, 2025. It's crazy. The season's over, man. Drag and Drive season 2025 is over. But hey, this show's packed with a ton of banger stuff. We've got 2.5 weeks to PRI. Michael Westberg is getting a new motor. Drag and Drive racers are going to go take on the world's best at Little Gangsters in Florida. And Sick Week starts in 10 weeks.
Off season is so short.
It's crazy. All right, dude, hit that intro. Let's do this thing. All right, dude, you ready for this, man?
I'm ready. It feels like a Saturday on a Sunday.
It really is weird doing it on Sunday, but hey, we had to. I had a cheer competition yesterday that was literally all day long, dude.
Oh boy.
All day long, just it was brutal. So that's what happens. But dude, we couldn't skip this weekend. It's a lot of stuff happening in the Drag and Drive world. So if you guys don't know, my name is Mike Narks. I host this and the Drag Drive Repeat show on Wednesday nights. This Wednesday night, we've got a good show coming up, episode 131. So I hope you guys will tune into that. And my right hand man, my co-host here, Mr. Eric White. What you got going on, dude?
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and the news, everything Drag Drive Repeat related. The circuit related, been loading up 6 summer photos. We're on 6 summer day 2 right now, so there'll be some more photos coming this afternoon. And man, just doing some artwork, got some stuff going on for some other events that are outside the Drag and Drive community, which is always fun.
Nice, awesome. Well, I see my mom's making comments in here. I want to say good morning to her. We got to spend the time with her yesterday. She got to hear all of that all day as well. She drove 4.5 hours to come watch both of my daughters compete in cheer, and they both won. Listen, we're just saying, winners, they're winners.
Yeah, can't beat that.
Well, it's pretty crazy. Like they cheer does, like do all the lifting the girls and all that kind of stuff. So my youngest daughter's junior high has typically won the strongman competition. I don't know what they call it, but it's where they hold them up in the air, right? 3 girls hold 1 girl up in the air. I don't know what that's called. Somebody help me out. But they won it yesterday, beat high school teams and every other junior high that was in the area. So that was pretty awesome to watch them do that. And then they won their competition. And then my oldest daughter also won her competition as well. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, good weekend, man.
Yeah. Pretty good day there. And then drove back home. It's only about an hour and a half down to the comp. So it was way shorter this time than it was last week when we had to go about 5 hours.
They don't put you on the mic there yet?
No, thank God. Thank God. The dude that does it is great. He's I think he travels around the country doing the announcing for that. But I wanted more hype. Like these girls were holding these other girls up for like 2.5 minutes. I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's like a 12 or 13-year-old holding up somebody that weighs as much as you do. I mean, it was 3 of them holding one, but it was pretty wild to see that. But there was no hype or emotion that was going on. I'm like jumping up and down in the seat. I'm like, let's go. You got to get that extra 14 seconds of time there. Summit Racing, I've been spending a ton of time on their social media, and we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. They fuel your passion, save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts. Find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And you can also find them on the On All Cylinders podcast, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. For more automotive discussions like what we got going on right here, from humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. And you can find everything at summitracing.com, or you can hop over in that little chat bar right over there. And for the folks listening on the pod, just jump on our Facebook. It is one of our pinned posts at the top, but you can jump in and use our affiliate code there for Summit Racing, and it helps us. If the product qualifies, we get a certain percentage, based on whatever deal they've made with whatever manufacturer. We get a little kickback of that. And so just wait for you guys to support us without changing whatever you're doing. All the same deals and everything like that works. It's just a basic pass through. So anyways, let's talk about what's going on. And I need some of our race car friends to tag Travis Wise. Travis Wise constantly talking about wanting some cool daily. Okay. This is what Travis needs. He wants a dually. He wants something fun. The old Power Nation TV host Jimmy King has built a turbo LS using all Summit LS parts, all that kind of stuff. Dually square body with a bed topper on the back. That dude, this thing looks bad to the bone. I love this thing. Said his goal is like 550 horsepower, overdrive transmission, all this stuff. Just going to drive it all over the country. And I want to see this thing at a show, but I wanted to feature this so Travis Wise would hurry up and build himself a something to drive there as a daily instead of whatever his normal daily is. I think is a F50 truck. So
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I would drive the hell out of that.
Right.
Oh, especially if it makes 500, dude, that would be so much fun.
Right. That would be a ton of fun. Unfortunately, around here, the weather we get, we couldn't drive it as much. But down where you're at, you could drive this quite a bit.
I can drive this year round. Where you're at, you can drive this about 9 months.
Maybe.
Because we don't want you to ruin this thing right here. This, rust from the roads is for normal daily cars.
Yeah. And my truck tells that whole story, I tell you.
That's the way it goes. I see Wyatt in here saying him and the old man are excited for PRI, and who knows, I might have a treat for you guys. Dude, bring it on, man. I'm excited. If you guys don't know, we've got a booth at PRI. If you don't know that we have a booth at PRI, you're under a rock. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute as well. Yeah, stickers, all the kind of cool stuff that we got going on. But if you guys want to, on allcylinders.com or on All Cylinders podcast, I have a ton of great conversations on there. Our boy Justin Wiedemann on there talking to tons of different racers and builders across the country. And they just did a recap on SEMA, and it has me wanting to go to SEMA in a bad way.
Yeah.
They talked about all the fun stuff. And while you're on summitracing.com through the affiliate link we dropped, grab you some Drag Drive Repeat merch, hoodies, shirts, big brim hats, and something else that's going to keep the sun off your face very soon. That should be offered hopefully before Christmas is kind of the talk. Fingers crossed. So we'll see. I don't know. That'd be a cool gift to give your favorite drag and drive racer as well.
Yeah, Tommy better have some of those for us at PRI. Just saying.
Dude, bring it on. We're ready. Somebody tag Tommy Dupree too. All right, man. Tell us about some of the drag drive repeat updates, though.
All right. So this is a good one here. We are 10 subs away from hitting 11,500 on YouTube. That is huge for us. Obviously, 11.5 in the grand scheme of YouTube isn't a ton, but for us, that's a big deal. So 10 subs away. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Let them know Drag Drive Repeat is your source for news and entertainment.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's really cool. We crossed 100,000 total followers a couple weeks ago, and it's just like, you and I were talking about this the other day. We've grown like 9,000 followers on Facebook in just a matter of a few weeks. YouTube is just a constant crank of people, like 20 to 30 a day. Typically, some days we'll have 70, then the next day we lose 20, all that kind of stuff. So big shout out to everybody that's following us out there. It's pretty crazy to think that people want to listen to us talk, man.
I think the biggest thing with Facebook is we load so much content to Facebook. And I think that's why we grow so exponentially there with all the photos and all the artwork and all that stuff. Really, we're always posting something on Facebook.
Yeah. A big shout out to Brian also. He has begun really pushing the TikTok side of stuff. So we've got 2 videos up over there. He's going to start dropping a reel a day over there. So, dude, who knows? Crazy. Who knows what it's going to be like by the time end of PRI in 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks is crazy.
Figured we go ahead and run through this guest schedule that's on Thursday, just as a plan. As of right now, Eric and I are planning to be in the booth in the afternoons, and so we're going to be running around in the mornings talking to sponsors and doing interviews and all that kind of stuff at those locations. So if you're wanting to find Eric and I particularly, come in the afternoons, but we have a slew of people that are working the booth during the mornings, and I can't say thank you enough to those guys. I can't wait to get that group photo. Dude, I got the packets this week. There's like literally 11 people that we're taking to PRI with us under the Drag Drive Repeat name. I hope that as they're walking around and these people begin to see Drag Drive Repeat on that tag so much, like, what is going on here? What is happening? So I'm really excited to do that. I want to say thanks to all those guys. They know who they are coming to hang out. But Thursday, we've got Mike Galemi from Hot Rod Magazine. Before we do the Drag and Drive Awards at 11, Mike's coming over at 9:30. We are going to live stream that right from the booth. Drop the Hammer. Carl Stansel will be in there at 1 p.m. So after we get back from doing the Drag and Drive Awards and make our way around to the sponsors, we're going to do that 1 p.m. Eastern. Then following up right behind him, Drop the Hammer has a ton of news that's going to be be dropping. So it's not just about Drop the Hammer. There's other events. There's 2 events and then something else that he wants to talk about. He won't tell me about. He said there's just really, really big. So I'm kind of pumped. And then Redwood Rally right behind him at 2 p.m. Eastern, releasing their dates and tracks for their 2026 event.
Pretty awesome. Then on Friday, we're going to have Racing Junk Classifieds. We're actually going to be at their booth at 10 a.m. on Friday. Then we have Brian Wagner from Power Automotive Media at our booth at 1 p.m. We have Matt Frost from Rocky Mountain Race Week at 2 p.m. and Brian and Jess Havlick of Hot Rods by Havlicks at 3 p.m. So Friday is going to be a busy, busy day. So make sure you swing by, wave at us as we're live streaming, make faces at our guests. Just have a ton of fun. We'll be at the booth again most of the afternoon there.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be over there. And I think kind of my plan currently, and you and I haven't talked about this at all, but is for us to alternate these a little bit, because I think we're going to have so many people come by to get these super freaking awesome decals that we're going to be busy, right? It's going to be busy at the booth all day. And so I'm hoping that maybe you and I can alternate interviewing people, or, you do for 15 or 20 minutes with them, then I'll jump in for 10 or 15 minutes with them, things like that. So we can swap around as folks are there, because we want to talk to the people that are on the floor as well. But we also have all these announcements to make during all that. Oh, the Dirty Panda, he's going to be there. He's going to be there. He's going to be running around. He's going to be taking photos, videos, all that kind of stuff. He's actually looking for a sponsor. If you're looking for somebody to take really, really awesome photos of your booth while you're doing stuff, hit up Dirty Panda. So come see us 4611. The first 100 people that come to the booth get a decal, but the first 100 race car friends that come to the booth, people that come in the booth, you're going to have to ask for it. I'm just saying, or say, hey, what about that? What about that decal? What you got over there? And we'll make sure to get them.
And then we also are dropping the Drag and Drive ambassador nominations form tomorrow. So if you haven't done that, make sure you're doing that. And then toughest roadside repair nominations, we need to get all those in. It is getting down to the crunch time. We need to get all those nominations submitted so that we can go through them and decide who is going to be our winner for those.
The toughest roadside, that was one that came really right down to the morning of. We were conversating back and forth about who was going to be that, who was going to win that, what the story was, all that. So that's a pretty tough one, and the nominations we have are pretty stout right now. All right, and then of course, don't forget Summit Racing affiliate, as well as the SICK Magazine affiliate. So we are offering whenever you sign up. It's kind of the affiliate program with Summit. When you sign up for Sick the Mag using our sickthemag.com/DDR, you go in there, you sign up for the magazine that helps us, helps you, all that kind of cool stuff. So we're going to have, big displays and all that kind of thing that goes on there with all of the Sick the magazine itself.
Yes.
I need to hit them up, see if we can get a couple to maybe hand out or something like that, or to display with a beautiful hand model.
Oh, you mean something like this?
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. See those fingers? That's a beautiful hand model right there. All right, let's talk about some circuit stuff. We have our first class sponsor. I'm excited to announce that Chris Paget is back with Paget Performance. Last year, you guys will remember, he did the heavyweight class sponsorship there. We are switching it up. We only had a few cars in that class. He said, you know what? I want more cars. I want more people to duke it out. Let's do an overdrive transmission class, any weight, any tire, any overdrive transmissions except gear vendors. Now, he said gear vendors don't count because they don't auto shift. He didn't say it because they don't auto shift, but that's why I'm saying we don't want a gear vendor because they don't auto shift into overdrive. Gear vendor, this is going to be kind of no gear vendor. Sorry, this is going to be kind of cool because we're giving $350 to the winner and $100 to second place. Both of them get a trophy and all that kind of cool stuff. Quarter mile class, so it's going to be actually, you know what? I don't know if it's quarter mile or eighth mile. I was thinking overdrive would be quarter mile because you're going to be going fast. I'll message him. We'll be releasing that info on the circuitdnd.com and on the Drag Drive Repeat, the Circuit 2026 side of the page there as well. Thanks to Chris. We also have one other sponsor that's working on a plan to maybe cover the same class and same rules across 5 of the 6 events next year.
Oh boy, bring it on.
Yeah. So that could be kind of cool there as well. So hoping we can work that out. But again, thanks to Chris at Paget Performance in Kansas. We appreciate him and his support for the brand over here and the circuit event for sure. Guys, I just want to say thanks for being our race car friend. You guys are awesome. We appreciate all the stuff you do. We got some big stuff coming for you in 2026 that will be released at PRI. excited about that. And thank you so much to our sponsors. We've had some great conversations with current sponsors and potential future sponsors leading up to our time at PRI and stuff like that. That seems to be a great opportunity to just talk to some potential sponsors and kind of cement some new stuff with all the stuff we have available now. It's a great time to get involved with Drag Driver Pete. Anyways, if you're doing some shopping, which I know everybody is going to be doing shopping this week, you're
Yes.
probably already shopping. Your other screen while you're sitting here is probably on looking at car parts. So while you're doing that, hit up Summit Racing, Deech Works. They've got a huge sale going on right now. Both of those folks, actually, Molly Motorsport, Driven Racing Oil, who we have a discount code with both Deech Works and Driven. So make sure you're using code DDR10 when you're on their sites. Howard's Cams, JWire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products. You know you need suspension pieces. You know you do. Don't lie. Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classified.